Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday. It's already Tuesday, January 23rd, to the HON webinar. My name's Donna here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I love getting to hear you guys coming on the call. And you are in for another treat tonight with Bill DeFalco, focusing on weight loss, and he's going to have a special guest on here. If there's anybody that knows the SISEL products, it is Bill DeFalco. I've known Bill for a long time before he joined SISEL, actually a few years before that, and you know, which is what, eight and a half years ago that he joined. Bill really wasn't a full-time network marketer, but I met him in network marketing. He talked to me about some other programs, but he never was a full-time marketer because he had a really good job, good paying job, so he really didn't have time. But I knew that he had some health challenges. Well, he came across SISEL that I'm sure you've heard his story, saved his life, actually. And I'm just really pleased. Bill called me for 2-3 years and just finally gave up. Give up on me. I thought, SISEL, just another Me Too company. I was so wrong. And then the A.G.E book came out. So I'm really excited. I mean, Bill is absolutely sharp as a tack. He knows the products. He's a great resource. He's energy galore, and I'm very excited that all of us are in Bill's downline. He's been here a long time. So I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, our upline, and mentor, and product expert, and everything. Bill, there you go.
Oh, Donna, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
I can. You're good.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I want to make sure the audio is coming across. Thanks for that great intro, Donna. And, of course, we appreciate having you on the team very much. You know, you really bring so much to this team. The work you and your people are doing, the team you're building yourself is absolutely astronomical. This company is on track to set a new record for wealth creation in this industry and home business. And, Donna, there's no doubt about it that you're one of the people that's going to become very, very successful with SISEL International. I have no doubt in my mind. So anyway, let's talk about why SISEL is great for everyone real quick before I get into introducing our special guest speaker. I just want to highlight some bullet points here. This company has massive resources that are unmatched by any other company. They have the largest and most advanced manufacturing facility in the industry and the most advanced facility of its kind in the world, where they make the world's greatest products and the world's most scientifically advanced products. We have the highest and strongest capitalization in the industry. And again, what I just stated, the world's most scientific, these are the world's most scientifically advanced and best performing products for wellness, weight loss, and age reversal. And of course, the topic of the call tonight is weight loss, and we're going to be talking about that in depth. We also offer conversion buying, where you can actually take the money you already spend every month on products you use every day, and you can switch over to SISEL Safe products. And by the way, SISEL is actually introducing a separate category, so we can separate the SISEL Safe products from the legacy category. So watch for the new upcoming SISEL Safe product category in your back office coming your way shortly. We also have the highest paying compensation plan in the industry. And without saying, folks, massive health and wealth opportunity with the A.G.E pill. We're going to touch on that in the call as well. So some really exciting points here that you just simply won't find with any other company out there. Now, each of my calls, I'm going to talk about why SISEL, and in the process, I'm going to be having or inviting someone from our organization or someone from SISEL to share their story with us. And tonight, I'm pleased to once again invite Barry Bader. We did try to have him on a couple of weeks ago, but something came up at the last minute. He wasn't able to make it. So, Barry, if you were there, if you are there, you made it tonight, *6 and say hello to us tonight. We're waiting for Barry Bader, *6. This is Barry Bader, take two. Barry Bader night, take two. If you're dialed in, Barry, *6. If you're on the webinar, there's a little microphone icon in the control box. You just put your pointer on that and click on the microphone to unmute yourself. I know Barry and I just had a call just before the webinar started, and I just hope you didn't run into technical glitch. Hey, all right, you made it. Thank goodness. All right, Barry Bader, welcome to the call. So, Barry, you and I had a very interesting discussion recently. You had a big health issue. You wound up in the hospital, and now you're back out and doing well. So, we'd like to hear from your point of view. How have the SISEL products impacted and changed your life, Barry?
Well, I had been involved with SISEL since 2013. I love the products and everything else. I'm a big advocate of nutritional products and trying to keep our bodies working. But this past fall, I had started on the A.G.E pill. I felt incredible energy, and I was excited. I had a history of adult onset asthma, and I had allergies to cat dander, many other things, and I had decided that I wasn't going to do drugs. I was just going to keep on going. And back in December, on the 10th of December, I had an allergy attack. It was severe to the point where I couldn't breathe. I got home. My wife called the 911 because my lungs had swollen up, and they took me to the hospital. I was in intensive care for 3 days, and I spent a week in the hospital. It was miraculous that I was able to recover from that. But since then, my high blood pressure, which was at over 160 over 80 something, has reduced to 128 over 76. My lung capacity has doubled. I had gone back on the A.G.E pill after I got out of the hospital, and I have experienced such incredible recovery. My lung capacity has doubled. I feel alert in the morning. I have energy all during the day. It's just amazing recovery, and I continue to feel better every single day. And I attribute a lot of this to the A.G.E pill because up until this point in time, I had done many supplements. I had done supplements from other companies, and I had felt good, but I knew that I didn't want to do drugs. I didn't want to do, the kinds of things that really didn't help my body. But since getting back onto the A.G.E pill, I take fucoitin, I take the Eternity product from Sisel, and I've expanded that out to doing the SpectraMax this month and the Rep product. And I'm committed to helping to restore my life because, I got an email this afternoon that said that Steve Jobs, the CEO of Apple, who died a billionaire, and in his last moments, he said that at this moment I'm on my sick bed and recalling my life, and I realized that all the recognition and wealth in the world, which I took so much pride, have become meaningless in the face of my impending death. And I was there. I was on my deathbed practically a couple of minutes from dying. And Steve Jobs said the material things were lost can be found, but the one thing that can never be found when it's lost is your health and eventually your life itself. And, I could so identify with that because it's so important. If you want to prioritize in life things that matter, you got to prioritize our relationship with our Heavenly Father, whatever your denomination or faith may be. But the greatest gift that we have is our life, and we have to take responsibility for our health. We have to do the things that are proven and that will help our bodies do what they're created to do. And that's what I'm committed to. Just today, I signed another person up on Sisel, and I'm so excited. I'm excited about sharing this opportunity because I think this is the great thing for us to share with other people, and it's so important. So, Bill, I just thank you for your leadership, and I thank Sisel for these products.
Oh, Barry, thank you so much. And share with us, if you would, how old are you, Barry?
I'm 70 years old.
70 years old. I bet you don't feel 70 years old. Since you've been out of the hospital now, made this incredible comeback, and I know you have a whole newfound energy, and you're working your business now at a level like you've never worked before. That's pretty impressive.
Absolutely.
That really is. Yeah, well, listen, I appreciate you sharing your story with us on the call tonight, and thank you so much for being here. And let's have you on another call sometime and catch up and see how your business is coming along, okay?
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Barry. Have a good night. Okay, it's time to introduce our special guest speaker tonight. And at this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Jeff Fluck, the SISEL Celebrity Weight Loss Champion, folks, the one and only Jeff Fluck. Jeff, are you there? Star 6.
I sure am, Bill. Thanks for the applause from New York.
Oh, hey, Jeff, listen, it's so great to have you on board with us on this call tonight. I really appreciate it. What a great guy, folks. You have to meet Jeff in person like I did back in, it was actually 5 years ago this month. It was January 2013. We were out in Las Vegas, and there was Jeff. I'm just going to jump up to another picture here. With his famous belt pose. There it is right there. There's Jeff with his belt, and I think there were, like 13 holes that were exposed? Right? Tell us about this belt, Jeff.
It was a whole golf course, 18 holes down in my belt, 134 pounds.
Oh, it was 18 holes showing, right?
A whole golf course, yep. Front 9 and the back 9.
That's amazing. 18 holes. That's right, a whole golf course worth of holes showing. Now, Jeff, you were a pretty big guy before you came to SISEL, and I know that you had tried some other products, and things weren't working all that good for you. So, how did you discover SISEL? How did you come about finding out about SISEL?
Well, it's a good question. Short story is I was within another company, and they changed their products. You could tell by the taste and the flavor, and they weren't doing the same things for me health-wise or energy-wise. So a friend of mine said, let's go out to SISEL. We got invited out to SISEL, all expenses paid. It's actually 7 years, February 12th it'll be, 7 years. And I met Tom, went to his factory in his house, and signed up on the spot.
That's incredible. That's incredible. So I know that you didn't have very good luck with some of the other weight loss products you were using, but I know when you came to SISEL, it was a whole different story. And let's talk about a couple of products that Aaron Rennet sent you to get started with before you even, before we even talk about, the keynote product, which is SiseLEAN. Let's talk about these two products, the Super Detox and the Balance D. Tell us about, I know that you were sent these products, and what did what kind of results did you get with these products?
Well, this was after I had been on the Triangle for about 6 months, Bill. And I think that my body needed to get healthy to allow it to lose weight. So when I added the SiseLEAN, it just started going off really easily because I got all those toxins away from my organs. Fat only does two things. It stores energy, and it protects your organs from toxic chemicals, whether it's from the air, food, or water. And so what I did is I got the toxins out of my body first, and then I tell you what, that Super Detox and that Balance D, I think I lost 21 pounds in the last 8 days before the convention when I met you out there.
Jeff, what you said there, we discussed this afternoon. This is so important, and a lot of people totally miss out on this. And they're trying to get fat out of their body. They don't know, they're not cognizant of the fact that fat, one of the things it does is it actually surrounds and engulfs, it actually absorbs the toxins. It kind of engulfs the toxins to shield them from your body. So, if you're trying to lose fat, your body's going to be fighting against it because it wants to hold on to that fat that is, encapsulating toxins in your body. So until you get the toxins out of your body, it's not going to work. You're not going to be able to get that fat, that shielding and encapsulating toxins out of your body. So it's, what you said what you shared with me was so important that you really need, for folks who want to lose weight, you don't want to just jump in and take a weight loss product. You got to get the toxins out of your body. You really have to. And so the Super Detox and the Balance D, two very, very important products. And again, Jeff, just on these products alone, how much weight did you lose?
Well, in like 8 days, I think it was like 21 pounds. So,
right.
And they were sent to me because I was one of the people testing them before they even had labels on the bottles. And I tell you what, I had lost about 113 before that. Okay, on just the SiseLEAN, and then that was the coup de grace there the last 8 days for the convention.
So, Jeff, before and after Sisel, all total, I got a picture up here for you of your healthy weight loss poster. Ask Jeff, and then you got the before and after pictures. In total, on Sisel's products, how much weight did you lose?
134 pounds.
134 pounds. Now, how tall are you, Jeff?
About 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, I remember you being a big, tall guy. You're a big frame person, so, you have the small, average, and large. You're a large frame person. So what was your weight when this whole thing, before you got involved with Sisel? What was your weight?
It was almost 370 pounds.
Wow, that's incredible. Because I'm looking at this picture here I have up on the screen of you, and I guess that was Jeff at 370 pounds on the left side, and then Jeff after Sisel. Just absolutely incredible. It really is. It's absolutely amazing. So, and again, that famous the belt pose, and we can't forget Jeff at the belt pose. And now, so you able to detox with the Super Detox and the Balance D, and of course, you got involved in the Triangle of Life products. And what other things did you notice that these products did for your health?
Well, energy was probably number one with me. It used to be when I lost 15 or 20 pounds, I'd get sick. And I realized that's because there was toxins that were getting released in my body, and I would get sick from them. So after having the Triangle in there and detoxing my body, when I lost weight, I didn't get sick, and I just had more energy. It was just incredible, the energy I had.
Right. Now let's talk about the SiseLEAN. Okay, so when the SiseLEAN came along, and this is what really kicked off the weight loss contest, then I know that toward the end of the contest period, there was one other gentleman in the contest that was edging you out by a pound. At that point in the contest, how much weight did you lose versus the other gentleman's weight loss? What was the poundage difference between you and him?
I think it was like 65 or 66 for me, and then 67 for him. Right.
Now when you got to convention, okay, I want you to share with everyone on the phone. At that point, first of all, let me emphasize here that when you got to convention, he had lost a pound more than you. And, of course, in this contest, the biggest loser was the biggest winner. That's the ultimate, determinator of the winner. The biggest loser is the biggest winner. So you were behind by a pound toward the end of the contest period. But when you got to the convention, you had actually lost more than double the pounds, more than double of what that front-running contestant had lost by the time you got there. And so there was no question at all that you were the grand champion. And tell us exactly what Tom Maurer said to you, which you shared with me on the phone this afternoon at the convention.
Well, thanks, Bill. They had a dance the night before, and Tom was sitting at a table, so everybody took their turns going up to talk to him. And he stood up to shake my hand. Most people were just kind of sitting down. He says, I want you to know you are the face of Sisel weight loss, and you have done so much for this company. I want to thank you.
That's incredible, Jeff. When you and I connected on Facebook, and we met, 5 years ago, and, I was still actively involved in my full-time career at the time, and, and Sisel was nothing the opportunity that it is right now. And, of course, we're going to talk about the age pill in a minute, and I want to hear your impression on that. But let's talk about the SiseLEAN. Now, of course, back then, I think they only had the original French vanilla, right? And then it was only in a few years ago they introduced the chocolate. So at that time, I think you only had the French vanilla SiseLEAN. Is that correct?
That's correct. But I was selling 40 to 50 new people every single month because of my story.
That's incredible. Now, tell us how you use SiseLEAN, in conjunction with the way you use the Super Detox, the Balance D, and the Triangle of Life to detox, to get the toxins out of your body, so the fat that was encapsulating the toxins no longer had to serve that purpose, and that made it much easier for your body to release that fat. How are you incorporating the SiseLEAN, as a meal? I know there's two different ways you can use SiseLEAN, folks. You can use it if you're bodybuilding. You can actually have a SiseLEAN shake in addition to the meals you're your regular 3 times a day meals. You can actually add SiseLEAN to help increase your bodybuilding results and whatnot. Of course, we've got a new product for that too that works great. It complements the SiseLEAN called Sisel Rep. We're not going to talk about that on this call tonight, but SiseLEAN can be used to supplement your regular meals when you're bodybuilding. But for weight loss, it could be used as a meal replacement. And Jeff, that's how you use SiseLEAN, right? As a meal replacement?
I did, and the great thing about SiseLEAN, for every 20 pounds I lost, Bill, the way the product works, I lost 25 pounds of fat and gained 5 pounds of lean muscle. So I didn't have loose skin, I didn't have floppy skin, I didn't have those bat wings under my arms. I was building muscle mass while losing the weight. Can you imagine that? Every 20-pound loss, I actually lost 25 and gained 5 pounds of lean muscle.
That's very impressive. And in fact, I was watching a video of you on YouTube, and I actually saw you showing the people there in the video your arms. I guess you looked like you were in a gym or whatnot, and you were showing the people your arms, and I mean, very impressed how normally when a person loses weight, their skin gets all flabby. But in your case, everything was tightening up because, as you mentioned, for every 25 pounds, you know, like it says, with every 20 pounds of fat you lost, you would gain 5 pounds in lean mass. You gain back that strength. That doesn't happen with other diets. People actually primarily lose their lean mass. They lose muscle. They lose more muscle than they do fat in a lot of the other diets, and it makes them weak. And you don't have a problem with weakness, right?
Oh, my gosh, no. I did an hour on the bike today and 45 minutes on the weights today.
That's pretty incredible, Jeff. That really is. So give us a typical scenario, like especially in the beginning when you really had the high poundage, and, you know, give us a typical, you know, 1 day's usage of, you know, how did your diet go for 1 day, and how did you incorporate SiseLEAN into the diet? Go through the whole thing, morning, noon, night.
Sure. Well, after about 5 or 6 months on the triangle, and I doubled up on them all for 6 months, I really started feeling good. And so then when I started the SiseLEAN, you have to let the shakes get thick. That's the whole key to this thing, Bill. If you don't let the shakes thicken, it won't coat your stomach and negate the manufacture of that ghrelin hormone in your stomach. So you have to let at least 15, 20 minutes for the shakes to thicken. And I started out with 1 shake in the morning, and that didn't do it when I was 365 pounds. So I'd have another shake about an hour later, and then I'd maybe have a banana or hard-boiled egg around 11:30, 12, and then another shake about 1 or 2, and then I'd eat a sensible dinner. But when it really started taking off for me, Bill, is when I added a 4th shake, and I did that at bedtime. And it's amazing that I could take a product and lose weight while I was sleeping.
That's pretty amazing. Now, I know, Jeff, you said something really important there about waiting for it to thicken. I know Tom Maurer, when he went over the science and the technology behind this, he talked about, he gave us an example to help us understand what's going on in here, like little umbrellas opening up, that it actually, just by sitting, it will thicken and thicken, and it gives you more of a filling effect and a better coating in the stomach to help counteract the ghrelin that makes us hungry. And so what you want to do is you want to coat the stomach to suppress the ghrelin and therefore suppress your appetite, your desire to eat. So you actually mentioned, I think, on the video, I remember listening to you, that you said you would actually prepare it and let it sit in the fridge. Tell us exactly how you would prepare the SiseLEAN to get the maximum benefit out of it.
Well, I have a couple shakers, and I've got 2 in my refrigerator right now that are, I have 1 at bedtime, and then I'll have 1 for breakfast tomorrow. And I let them thicken for quite a while. And what I've also noticed, Bill, is a lot of people like to add flavors, okay, like blueberries or raspberries or things. I've always used it pretty much straight. I mean, I wanted to get the full effect out of it. Now, when I got down to in my 220s, I started adding, you know, a little bit of banana, a little bit of blueberries. But when I was serious about losing the weight, I kept it just the product.
Right, that's important, Jeff. I also know in your video, I recall in your video, you were saying when you're doing the shakes and you really want to get the weight down, don't eat along with the shakes. I mean, it's one thing to put, you know, blueberries or strawberries in the shake, but actually eating something alongside with it, that's a no-no, right, from what I understand?
Yes, absolutely. At least an hour afterwards before I would have half a banana or a hard-boiled egg. Probably usually 2, Bill, because I was pretty disciplined. I had a mission. I was on a mission, okay?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. And what an incredible mission and what incredible results. Now, what I want to talk about, Jeff, is yeah, and there you are again, a great shot of Jeff Fluck. That's a pretty recent picture I know right off your Facebook page, and I mean you just look so great. You really do, and no doubt about it that the way you've gone about it by detoxing, you know, and then getting. And I think when you started, we didn't even have the SiseLEAN, right? When you first joined SISEL, that product didn't even exist, right?
It did not. I was just selling the Triangle mainly, and then I started adding in all the personal care products too, and I realized that they were the ones I used to buy, like shampoos and deodorant and that, they were causing a lot of the toxins that were keeping me from losing weight.
That's such an important thing to bring up. If we want to detox the body, one of the things we have to do is stop introducing toxins into the body, and a lot of people don't realize that. But the personal care products they're buying, the store brands, to this day are still loaded with cheap ingredients which benefit the manufacturer because it's cheap for them, but it's bad for us because there's all sorts of very harmful substances like sodium lauryl sulfate and PEG and methylparabens and all sorts of really bad stuff in there. And that's what really, kind of led to the formation of SISEL, which actually Tom started the forerunner of SISEL, a company that was built around the concept of helping people get toxins out of their lives by switching over to a new line of products Tom had developed over 35 years ago at this point that did not have the harmful ingredients that you find in the store brand. So it's a very important point that you bring up there that not only do you want to get the toxins out of your body if you're on a weight loss program, but you want to stop the flow of toxins into your body. That means change your shampoo to SiSel Safe shampoo, your conditioner, your body wash, okay? Even your dental products, folks. Most people don't realize this, but people who are using dental products that have harmful ingredients in them, they're poisoning themselves. Most people don't realize this, but sodium fluoride, which is so commonly used in toothpaste, is also the same exact substance that's in rat poison. That's exactly what rat poison is. It's sodium fluoride. So now that you know that, why would you want to brush your teeth with a product that has rat poison in it? Why would you want to put that in your mouth? You'll notice on the tube it says, there's a poison control number. If your kids eat this, you're not supposed to eat this because it's got rat poison in it. We don't use rat poison. We have a far superior dental product. There's no toxins in it. So great point, Jeff, to switch over to the SiSel Safe products and get the toxins, stop the flow of toxins into your body, use the SiSel products to detox your body, and then use the SiseLEAN to help get rid of the weight. Now let's talk about another kind of weight that people aren't aware of, that people who have been, for so many years, been so frustrated they can't get a certain amount of weight off. I was one of these people, by the way, that when I came to SiSel over 8 years ago, I was 20 pounds above where I am right now. In fact, 30 pounds, okay? I was 180 pounds, like 179 and a half, 180. So I lost 20 pounds with SiSel. I got back to 160, in addition to making a spectacular recovery from heart disease. But what frustrated me, Jeff, is I couldn't get back to, I wanted to get back to 150. That's what, the last time I'm 66 years old right now. And the last time I was 150, I was like 28 years old, 29 years old. And I haven't been 150 since then. Well, guess what? The A.G.E pill came out. Within a month and a half, all of a sudden, I step on the scale, and there it is, 150. I'm like, man, everyone was noticing your stomach is flat. My family, my wife, my sons, everybody was taking note. And you look, my brother-in-law was saying, you are melting away. I said, I can't tell you how good I feel because I got rid of a kind of fat, a kind of waste in the body that builds up inside the cells. It's called lipofusion. And your cells can't get rid of it. It's like if you make a fire in the fireplace, burn a couple of logs, and when you're done and get all that ash in there, the fireplace can't clean itself out. You have to go clean it. Our cells can't clean out the byproducts of energy being generated in the cells. It's called lipofusion. It just builds up and builds up. Well, guess what? The A.G.E pill, among many other benefits, it breaks this lipofusion up. It flushes it out of your cells. I lost 10 pounds of lipofusion, and now here I am at 66. I'm back to 150 pounds. I haven't been there for over 35 years. Jeff, did you notice addition? I think we were talking about it. Tell me what you noticed with the A.G.E pill when you started taking the A.G.E pill.
Well, I started right away with 12 a day. I'm fortunate that I have enough income where I was able to do that. And I've been refereeing high school football and basketball, and cracked my kneecap, so I gained some of this weight back that I had lost on the SiseLEAN contest, and so I actually was having a little bit of trouble sleeping, so I went and got a CPAP test, and I got put on a CPAP. So they take all the tests. I'm trying to keep this short, Bill. They did all the tests, and then they said, come back in 90 days, and we'll watch your machine online. They hook it up to my Wi-Fi and to see how you're sleeping. And I started taking the A.G.E pill almost the same day. And I went back there, and the pulmonologist says, what did you do? I said, what? What did you do? He says, your numbers, your blood pressure's way down, your pulse is down. He says, you're nuts. Your neck is smaller. I said, I just do what I always do. I go to the gym, work out once in a while, and started taking this vitamin. Well, what is it? And I had added the Balance D2, and he said, I took him an empty bottle and some information on right over to this guy's a pulmonologist, okay? It was crazy. He couldn't believe how I changed in 90 days. He could not believe it.
And you attribute that to the A.G.E pill, right?
Well, that's the only thing I did. I mean, sure, I had the CPAP machine, so I was sleeping a little bit better. But
right.
But the changes that I had wasn't from sleep. I mean, my face is different. The age spots on my right hand are almost gone. I bet you had 50 of them on my right hand. They're almost gone.
Well, I tell you what, Jeff. What you shared with us tonight, really, it's monumental. It truly is. You know, folks, I have a special website. It's www.hawn.info, and I have loads of information on there about the SISEL International, the company, the products, and, of course, as well as the opportunity. But, Jeff, I really want to thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And you and I talked, and I want to kind of track your progress as because you've been on the A.G.E pill now with some really great stories, and we're hearing more and more incredible testimonials come out, and of course, the more the merrier. So would you rejoin us again? Would you come back and visit with us again next month on my webinar?
I'd be honored if you keep sharing some of your wisdom too, Bill.
Oh, Jeff, thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right, I want to thank you so much, Jeff Fluck, for being with us tonight and for sharing your sensational weight loss story. You truly are the Grandmaster Champion of weight loss, and without a doubt, a SISEL celebrity that many more people need to know about and learn about. And you and I, we agree we're going to be teaming up together and working side by side to help get the word out about SISEL. So, folks, thanks again for your time tonight. Get back to the person who invited you to this call, and they can show you how to get connected with SISEL, get on these products, and get that extra weight, that excess weight out of your body, and get that health flowing and going like you've never had it before. It's time to reclaim your youth and your energy and your health and vitality like you've never done before with SISEL International. Thanks for being here tonight. We'll see you all again on my next webinar next week, a week from tonight, next Tuesday, same time, same place at 9 p.m. Eastern. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to the webinar.